Hey guys and gals, I'm going to show you how to make a passenger tour bus that is scaled for minifigures for today's Lego brick tutorial. Let's begin the chassis with a 4x8 plate in the top left, a 2x3 plate, and a pair of 1x2 plates. I'm just going to place these perpendicular. Then, right next to those, a 4x8 plate. Along the top, a 1x4 plate, and a 1x3 plate right there. Then I'm going to slide in a 4x8 plate right here underneath the previous 4x8 plate. Right in this area, a pair of 2x3 plates. Then we're going to slide in a 6x8 plate in the bottom portion of our 2x3 plates. Then right in the center, a set of 2x16 plates. Then we're going to skip 8 studs. I'm going to set this 2x8 plate right here where the 2x16 plates are hanging over by one stud. Take a 2x3 plate. I'm going to set down a 1x3 flat tile in the top studs and a 1x2 plate right here. I'm going to set this right in this area and a 2x3 plate in that area. And to further strengthen up this joint, a set of 2x10 plates right there. Take a modified 2x2 plate with Technic hole. I'm going to place a Technic pin inside. I want to make 6 of these. These are going to be our wheel axles. I'm going to place 2 right here where they're right in the center of this opening. Now here, I want to skip 1 stud from the center. I'm going to place a pair here. Another pair as shown. Here, a 1x4 plate, and we're going to take a 1x4 brick with 4 studs, place this in this area. I want to start building up the steps into the coach with a set of 2x4 bricks. And right in this little lip, a pair of 1x2 radiator grills. Now back over here, a 1x2 brick with 2 studs and a 2x3 brick in this area. Let's take a set of 2x4 mud guards. I'm going to place a 1x1 plate here. I'm going to set this assembly on the left hand side. Take another mud guard. I'm going to place this one right here. And a 1x4 brick in that area. Let's skip 3 studs, set down a 1x6 brick. Now we're going to take 3 1x3x1 left hand and right hand doors. I'm going to place these right here. This will give us some storage space under the coach. So I'm going to place 2 of these, but I'm going to have these facing each other. And in this area here, a set of 1x4 bricks. And 4 more 2x4 mud guards. We're going to place these above our axles. We'll take our last mud guard. We're going to add a 1x1 plate on the left-hand side. Set this right here. And right here in the rear, we're going to place a 1x4 brick and a 1x2 brick right there. Take a 1x2 upwards angular plate, right in the back side, a 1x2 plate in this area. I'm going to rotate that back around. Take a 2x3 plate. We're going to face this off with 3 1x2 radiator grills. And we're going to place it as shown. Let's take our engine bit. I'm going to flip this over and set it right here on this 1x2 plate. Then we're going to continue on with a pair of 1x2 plates. And to lock all those doors in, a set of 1x12 plates. We don't want those to come flying open while we're going down the road. And right here, a 1x2 plate and 1x3 plates. For the rear bumper, start with a 1x6 plate. We're going to set another 1x6 plate right on top. Then we're going to set down 3 1x2 by 1x2 downwards angular plates. This is going to be used to attach the lower portion of our bumper. On the top studs, 3 1x2 by 2x2 upwards angular plates. Slide this off to the side, take a 2x6 plate. On the top studs, a 1x6 flat tile, and on the right hand side, start with a 1x1 flat tile, followed by a pair of 1x2 radiator grills. Got to give that engine some fresh air. And right here on the left, a 1x1 flat tile. We're going to take our assembly, set this as shown right on top of the 1x2 by 2x2 angular plates. Let's slide this off to the side. Take a 1x6 plate. I'm going to set a set of 1x2 by 1x2 upwards angular plates on the back side. Then a 1x4 plate that tried to get away. Place that right in the middle, and right in the center of that 1x2 flat tile. We're going to finish off the lower portion of our bumper with a set of 1x2 by 2/3 plate width bow. And we're going to take our assembly. We're going to have these studs facing the bottom. Set the bumper right in place, and don't worry, we'll take care of those later on in the build. Now let's set down our rear bumper assembly right here. And in this area we're going to place a 1x3 by 1 left-handed door. We're going to lock that in with a 1x4 plate. Let's build up the passenger cab with a 6x8 plate and a set of 2x8 plates. And right in the middle, a set of 1x8 flat tiles for a walkway. Just be sure you have a 1 stud reveal in this area. Then I'm going to take this assembly and place this right here. You really want to press that down firm. Let's continue on with a 6x16 plate right here. Set down a 2x8 plate where it's hanging over by 1 stud, followed by another 2x8 plate. This time I'm just going to go ahead and add the tiles now. So take 4 1x8 flat tiles. We're going to set these right here in this area, and another set of 2x8 plates. The 2x8 plates are going to be used to attach our seats to the floor. Now I want to take this assembly here, and we're going to place this down right over our cargo area. So you're going to have to really press that down. All those studs are locked in those tubes. Push that right in there. And before I forget, right in this area, a 1x2 radiator grill. Let's build up the driver's area, starting with a 1x2 radiator grill. Place that there, followed by a 2x2 plate and a 1x2 by 2/3 slope. Set that right there. We'll just pretend that's our gas and brake pedals. Then let's proceed on with 3 1x2 radiator grills and a 1x1 flat tile there. And we're going to fill in this area with another set of 1x2 radiator grills. And for a little shifter, just a small aerial. Place that right there. In these two areas, a set of 1x2 bricks and a 2x2 by 2 seat. In this back area, we're going to set down 3 1x6 bricks, followed by a set of 1x4 bricks. And down here, 3 more 1x6 bricks. This is going to begin forming up the sides for our passenger cab. And here, a 1x3 and 1x4 bricks. take a 1x4 plate. Let's set down a 1x8 plate right on top. I'm going to have this sitting right over our engine vent. Then we're going to proceed on with a 1x8, 1x6, and 1x3 plates. Let's take a 1x3 plate on two of the studs, set down some 1x1 by 2/3 plate with bow. Smush these down, make sure everything's lined up, and we're going to set this right here. Now back on the left, take a 1x8 plate and a 1x1 plate, set that right down there. We're going to have the 1x1 plate hanging over this area, and we're going to proceed on with 1x8, 1x6, and 1x3 plates. Take another 1x3 plate and 1x1 plates with bow, set these right here, and I want to place this assembly right over here. Let's take 16 2x2x2 seats. We're going to start placing these in for our passengers to have a place to sit for that long journey on the road. So I'm just keeping them one stud apart because we want everybody to have plenty of leg room. This is a tour bus, not a prison bus. Well, that's not a bad idea. Set 8 more of these on this side of the coach. Now you can use any color seat you wish, but blue will suit this build just fine. Place those right in there. I gotta find the other ones that are hiding from me. Place those down there. Crunchy, crunchy. Place all those down. Now back on the right, we're going to lock this area in with a set of 1x3 plates. Just be sure you have a 4-stud opening on the right hand side. Then we're going to proceed on with a pair of 1x6 plates and 4 1x8 plates, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. For the rear window assembly, let's take a 1x8 plate. Let's set down a 1x4 brick right there, followed by a pair of 1x2x2 corner bricks. Then 3 1x2x2 transparent black wall elements. Then we're going to stack a set of 1x2 bricks on top of one another. We're going to make 2 columns, set these here, and I want to lock all this together with a 1x8 flat tile. Let's set our rear window assembly right on these 2 studs right here. Then we're going to continue on with 12 1x4x3 transparent black wall elements. We're going to place 6 here and 6 down here. We got to have those extra large windows for everybody to see out and look at the scenery, especially the white review table. That's always exciting. I'm going to place the remainders down here. Now if you want, you can use transparent clear. I want to make this look a bit more high-end, so I'm using the transparent black. And to strengthen up and line our windows, 6 1x8 flat tiles. We're going to place 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. This is really going to form up the sides of the tour bus. For the driver's window, start with a 1x4x3 wall element. We're going to set a set of 1x2 plates right on top. The color is important for this build. Then I'm going to place a 1x3 and 1x1 plates, followed by a 1x1 flat tile and a 1x4 modified plate with 2 studs. Studs are going to be used to help anchor down the roof. Let's take our driver's side window. We're going to place this right in this area. For the passenger entry door, start with a 1x4x6 frame. Let's set a door inside the frame. And for a handle, a half round 1x1 flat tile. Set that right there. And then on the top, a 1x1 plate and a 1x3 plate, followed by a 1x1 flat tile and a 1x4 modified plate with 2 studs to complete that assembly. Now let's set our passenger door right here. Locks right in place. Let's start the front end with a 1x8 plate, set down a 2x6 plate right on top. Then I'm going to take a 1x3 plate, set down a 1x4 plate right on top, and on this stud right here, a 1x1 plate. I want to make 2 of these, and I want to place these in these 2 areas. For a left-handed mirror, start with a 1x2x2 corner plate, place down a 1x2x2/3 plate with bow right there, then right in this area, a 1x1 flat tile. Now I want to take a 1x4 plate with bow. I want to set this right in this area. Then I want to set this assembly right here. Now we're going to make another one for the right-hand side. A 1x2x2 corner plate and a 1x2x2/3 plate with bow. Set that right there, followed by a 1x1 flat tile and a 1x4 brick with bow. Set that there, and we're going to place this one on that side. Next, we're going to lock all this together with a 2x8 plate. Then I want to take 2 1x1x1 corner wall elements. We're going to place these as shown. Then a 1x4 modified plate with 2 friction stubs. Place those there, followed by another set of 1x1x1 corner wall elements. Now let's take a set of 4x8x2 bricks with bow or windscreens. We're going to snap these right on our friction stubs. And these wall elements are going to hide the remaining 2 hinges. Let's lock this middle joint together with a modified 2x2 plate with 2 studs. Place the stud portion on the bottom. And right here, a set of 1x1 flat tiles. Then I want to skip 1 stud on both sides. Place down a set of 1x1 quarter round flat tiles. These openings are going to be left open for our windshield wipers. Then we're going to take a set of 2x2x2/3 plate with bow. Set these right on the bottom portion of our 2x2 modified plate. This is going to hide this hinge assembly. For headlights, take a 2x2 jumper plate and a round transparent clear 1x1 flat tile. We're going to make 2 of these and place these over our corner wall elements to hide those hinges. And for a set of windshield wipers, pair of small aerials. Sometimes these things like to fight. It depends on where you want them to be positioned. I'm just going to have mine pointing inwards. For our steering wheel console, let's start with a 1x2x2x2 upwards angular plate on the face of our angular plate, a 2x2 plate on the bottom 2 studs, a 1x2x2/3 slope, and on the top studs, a 1x2 rocker bearing. Then take a 2x2 rocker bearing plate, place it as shown to where the bottom portion is resting on the slope. Then we're going to place a 1x2 jumper plate and a 1x2x2/3 slope with an instrument cluster print. Place that right there, and a 2x2 steering wheel console. Then I'm going to take my front end assembly and I'm going to slide this right in this area. It will just slide right in place. For the remainder of our dash, start with a 1x2x1x2 upwards angular plate. I'm going to place a 1x4 plate right on the face, followed by another 1x2x1x2 upwards angular plate. Then a set of 1x2 brick with half bow. Place those right there. Then I'm going to bring my assembly back over here and slide this into place to complete the dashboard and the front end of the bus. Now let's take our front end assembly. We're going to lock it right into these 6 studs that just snap right in place. For the rear tail light, start with a pair of 1x1 angular headlight bricks. We're going to place these on top of one another. On the bottom stud, a round transparent red 1x1 flat tile, followed by a round transparent clear 1x1 flat tile. And I'm going to take an inverted 1x2 by 2/3 plate with bow. Place it on as shown. We're going to need to make 2 of these assemblies, especially the one that wants to run away. Let's take our rear brake light assemblies. We're going to place these right in here. They should just slide down in these 1x1 openings. And to smooth off these studs, set a 2x2 by 2/3 plate with bow. I didn't have any inverted ones of this size, so these will have to do. Now we need to put some tires on this coach. So take a wide narrow rim and a wide narrow tire. We're going to place the tire on the rim. We're going to need to make 6 of these, and then we're just going to populate all the Technic pins. And yes, this time I remember to put the lug nuts facing out. If you want, you can use the spokes if you choose. It's totally your call. Now we just need to put a roof on this coach. Let's construct the top of our tour bus with a 6x8 plate. We're going to flip this over. I want to take a pair of 2x8 plates, place these to where they are hanging over by one stud, and on the right hand side a 2x4 plate. Now I want to flip this over, and right inside this lip, a pair of 2x2 by 2/3 plate with bow. We're going to need to slope the front portion of our roof. Then I'm going to set down another 6x8 plate. We're going to flip this over, and on both top and bottom, a set of 2x10 plates right there. Flip the assembly back over, set down a 4x8 plate and another 6x8 plate. We're going to flip this back over again. Right in the center of the 4x8 plate, a 2x4 plate. Set that there, and another pair of 2x10 plates in these 2 areas. Now we're going to flip this back over and set down another 6x8 plate, and on the left hand side we're going to slide in a 2x8 plate right here. Now back on the right hand side I'm going to place several 1x8 flat tiles. So you're going to need a bunch of these. We're just going to place 17 in this area. I think it's 17. No, that's a bunch. I want to flat tile off the top of the tour bus. So we're going to make 2 rows of these. Now, if you have different size of tiles, you can use any size or type you wish, or you can just leave it studded on top if you prefer. Set these right here, and in this row right here we're going to set down 2 1x8 flat tiles and several 2x4 plates. The plates are going to help raise up the little roof-mounted air conditioner. Got to keep the passengers cool, so set those right there. Then we're going to proceed on with 3 more 1x8 flat tiles, and right here in the center a 1x4 flat tile. Right in this area we're going to place several slopes. I'm going to place a transparent clear 1x1 slope followed by a pair of transparent red slopes. Set those there, and transparent clear. And to fill up these 2 areas, set a 2x2 by 2/3 plate with bow to finish up the top. And for the air conditioner, set of 4x4 by 2/3 hood plates. Set those there. Now I want to flip this back over. Starting on the left, I want to go in by one stud, place a 2x6 plate, another 2x6 plate right on top of this 2x4 plate. Be sure to hold underneath. I don't want anything catastrophic to happen. And another 2x6 plate right here to complete the top. Now let's place the roof on top of the coach. May have to wiggle and jiggle a bit. It does attach to the top really nice to complete the tour bus.